Sandile Mkhize. I'm 29 years old. I'm a full-time student, a director of a non-profit called OCAL Global, and a founder of an educational website called Gimme Notes. So what we deal with is we deal with access issues for persons with disabilities. So what we try to do is we try to bridge the gap between disabled individuals and sort of people who are perceived to be normal. So what we do is we try to bring everyone together to do whatever epic projects we can come up with, and try to give support to persons with disabilities, whether they want to get into sports or into educational institutions and so forth. I would say probably my primary driving factor is the fact that since my accident, I've always kept to myself, and I've always tried to find certain comfort zones to deal with the world and my place in it. So hand cycling has sort of taken me out of that. And my first actual sort of hand cycling race was something we did called the OCAL Global Journey for Change, where we cycled from Cape Town to Pretoria. And it took us 10 days, and that was sort of my being thrown in the deep end to get started. Yeah. In 2013, on the 26th of January, I was in a motorbike accident. I was traveling with a couple of friends to Woodbank just for a breakfast meeting. I took a corner, hit a pothole, and not too sure exactly what happened, but I ended up losing control. I ended off-road. I hit something, I don't know what I hit, and then I woke up on the floor a couple of minutes later, paramedics around, and yeah, I blacked out after that and woke up in hospital. When it actually happened, it didn't really change my life, simply because of you don't understand what's going on, you're still confused. But once, I think, understanding and accepting what has actually happened, you know, losing control of 80% of your body, you start to over-exaggerate your struggles because you just don't understand them at the time. But then I think you get to a crossroad and you decide for yourself, do you want to live? That's the first thing. And I couldn't answer that at the time, but then I asked myself, do I want my mother to bury me? And the answer to that was no. What changed my perception about suicide is the fact that I actually tried to take my own life on 2 occasions. But if I'm being honest, I don't think I really wanted to, because I'm the type of person that probably would have gotten it right. But you know, with an accident like mine, when you're in an accident and you break your back and you lose your mobility, or majority of your mobility, your whole identity is taken from you. Everything that you're used to, how you express yourself to people, how you do things, so how to dress yourself, how to even go to the bathroom, so all of that is taken away, and you have to relearn these things. And sometimes it's overwhelming, it's tough. And yeah, I had moments where I felt like I couldn't deal. However, I was very lucky to have a support structure that gave me different options. The moment that changed everything was I was in hospital, I was in rehab, and frustrated with my condition, and I didn't see how my life would go forward. And as I said, I thought about taking my own life. However, I realized that I don't want to put my mother through that trauma, and my father. I don't want to put them through that. So I then just decided if I'm gonna continue living, it has to be as awesome as possible. My best memory in life, to date, I would definitely say it was arriving in Pretoria on the last day of our Journey for Change. Because prior to that, I was basically at home straight for like 3 years, isolated myself, and I didn't know if I'd be capable to do the 10-day journey. Even though as you're going through the journey, you realize that it's happening, but it only sinks in once you reach the finish line to go like, snap, we really ran for 10 days and cycled for 10 days. And that was definitely my biggest sort of personal accomplishment since, I won't even say since my accident, just ever. Simply because of, I think life's a lot more fun when it's fun instead of, putting yourself in spaces where you're continuously unhappy. My name is Sandile Mkhize, and I support Rise 18.